as amended be agreed to. I call the member for Solomon.
Thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. I would also like to congratulate my good friend and colleague, the member for Bowel, for bringing this motion to the House. 15 years ago I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and thyroid cancer is relatively rare, with rates of about 13.5 per 100,000 people per year, and it requires a biopsy to diagnose, and often in its early stages there are no symptoms. And when symptoms do occur, though, they often include conditions which are similar to the common cold. But bowel cancer is a very different beast. It is more common and much more dangerous. And the bowel cancer occurrence rates are higher, and unfortunately survival rates are a lot lower. The flip side, Mr Deputy Speaker, is that compared to thyroid cancer or almost any other cancer, bowel cancer is so much easier to screen for. It also allows something that basic lifestyle can go a long way towards preventing. Most people who develop bowel cancer have no family history of the disease, and as we've heard, the cancer can form without any symptoms. So as I said earlier, I'd like to thank the member for Bowel for bringing this motion to the House to provide me and others an opportunity to rise here today to raise the awareness of bowel cancer and to encourage people to get screened for bowel cancer. And as the member for Shortland has said, anyone over the age of 50, we want to encourage them to take up the opportunity to have the free screening, because it's available, and we know that prevention is better than the cure. So government research suggests that if everyone between 50 and 74 was screened for bowel cancer every 2 years, 35,000 lives could be saved over the next 40 years. So that's something that I think is worthwhile investing in. Our national road toll is around 1,000 people die per year, and so think of all the effort that goes into reducing that number. So the road upgrades and the redesigns, the cars, the public education campaigns, law enforcement, registration and compliance checks. So we can nearly save as many lives by having everyone between the age of 50 and 74 give a few moments of their time to do a simple screen test in the privacy of their own home once every 2 years. So it's important for everyone, even outside this age group, and we've heard the other speakers say that, to know the signs and the symptoms. When we were talking about this motion, one of the staff in my office said that when he was in his early 20s, his partner at the time had a serious health issue. She had abdominal bloating, she had bowel issues, and she had fatigue, and this dragged on for a few years. And they didn't know, but at that time, all of those were signs of bowel cancer. So not many 21-year-olds know that they're the symptoms of bowel cancer. So they went to the doctors, and unfortunately she was diagnosed with bowel cancer. So I guess the message from that is that it's really important that everyone knows that if you have blood in your bowel movements, if you're feeling anemic, if you have changes in your bowel activity, if you have abdominal pain, cramping, bloating, unexplained weight loss and unexplained fatigue, they are all symptoms of cancer, of bowel cancer, and that you should make an appointment with your doctor. Don't be alarmed, but just make an appointment with your doctor, explain the symptoms, and if in doubt, ask about bowel cancer. The young woman that we just mentioned, she did have a tumour the size of a golf ball removed from her large intestine, and it was major surgery for a 21-year-old. The recovery period was quite intense. She had a follow-up course of chemotherapy, and now 10 years later, she's in the best health that she's ever had. So bowel cancer can be a killer, but simple screening can be diagnosed early, and with early diagnosis, 90% of cancers can successfully be treated. So I would like to publicly acknowledge the excellent work of Bowel Cancer Australia and encourage anyone who wants to find more information out about bowel cancer, go to bowelcanceraustralia.org. And once again, I'd also like to thank my good friend, the member for Dobell, to bringing this motion here and allowing us to raise awareness. Thank you.